Hello everybody, all of you very good evening. Shiva, Jahnavi, Pujita, Shravani, all of you a very good evening. Sara, Maheshwari, good evening ma. Shiva, am I audible Shiva? Yeah, Shiva, you can unmute yourself and you can talk to me.
Audible, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So all of you, in the last class, we just started with a topic called as thermal expansion, and we just had some basic idea and we could solve some questions, some couple of questions we have done in the last class. Shravani, Maheshwari, you can please unmute yourself and you can ask, do you need a brief review of yesterday's concept or shall I proceed further? Lahari, what about you? Maheshwari, Pujita, Sara, Shiva, do you require any review of the previous class or shall I proceed? Okay, Pujita, briefly I'll review. Maheshwari, what about you? You can unmute, you can ask. Maheshwari, Shravani, you also. Shiva, what about you? Jahnavi and Lahari. Quickly I'll do the brief review. Already you people, you heard yesterday already, but still.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we forwarded the yesterday's class link to most of the people, but I don't know whether you people have seen that recording or not. Sara, you can speak. And you people, all of you, you can unmute yourself and happily, you can ask your doubts, you can keep on interacting. You can continuously, please disturb me, no problem. Shiva, you also. Srivali, Sayeda, you also. You can continuously, you can keep on interacting, you can ask continuously, you can keep on asking questions, no problem. Happily clear all of your doubts, nothing will happen. The first only in the beginning of the class itself, I am clearly giving you the complete control. You ask, you please ask the questions. We'll be discussing the concepts, we'll be solving the problems. You keep on asking the questions, you ask doubts, that's it. Until your doubts gets clarified, until you get confidence, you keep on asking, nothing will happen. Our aim is to get the perfection, to get the flexibility over problem solving, to improve the score drastically. That is our main aim, don't forget that. We are here for one purpose. What is that? You have to be comfortable, flexible in physics problem solving. No phobia should be there after some days. No fear should be there on physics. Completely you should be perfect in physics. That is our main aim. Please keep in mind this particular thing, and then you proceed, you ask. You unmute yourself, you keep on asking doubts. You question me, you ask for a repetition, nothing will happen. and if you are really comfortable, you answer to the questions. If you have answered already, if you have calculated, you keep on answering, nothing will happen. Keep going, do the interaction, have a healthy class, healthy atmosphere, all of you. So, Shiva, hope you are listening, Shiva. Next, Sayeda, any queries from your side? Anything you would like to ask, Sayeda? Sarah, you also? Okay, ma. Okay. Okay. Right. So what we discussed is, we just started with thermal expansion, a very beginning topic of heat track, and we have thermal expansions of solids, liquids and gases. Next, we have kinetic theory of gases, thermodynamics and calorimetry, heat transfer. Number of topics are there in the track. Now, here we just started yesterday with thermal expansion of solids, and some of the substances, they expand on heating, and as we heat a substance, its temperature increases, its temperature rises and the substance increases. And next, solids, they are going to expand linearly, lengthwise, area wise and volume wise. This is the discussion we have done so far previously. Liquids and gases, they expand volume wise. Means what? Volume expansion is considered for gases and liquids. Gaseous expansion is volume expansion. Means we don't take length and area. Length expansion and area expansion of liquids and gases we don't take. So here, liquids and gases expand volume wise, and this is the basic intro of the topic. Now, we try to discuss two different types of objects in terms of expansions. One is an isotropic object and the other one is anisotropic body. Isotropic objects and anisotropic objects, the difference in terms of expansion, the difference is, these isotropic bodies, they expand equally in all directions, and anisotropic objects, they expand unequally, differently in different directions. So that means, which means, suppose if I consider a body here, then this cubical object, I am considering three different directions, x, y and z directions. I am imagining a coordinate system. I am just imagining x axis, y axis, z axis with respect to this cubical body, this object. Now, suppose alpha x is the expansion coefficient and alpha y, alpha z. The expansion coefficients are different, suppose. Then that comes under anisotropic bodies. If the expansions are same in x direction, same in x, along x direction, along y and along z direction, the body expands the same equally, then it comes under a isotropic object, and the expansion is an isotropic expansion. And anisotropic bodies show the expansion differently. Means in one direction it may expand more, in the other direction it may expand less. So that happens with the anisotropic bodies. So this is about the introduction of the thermal expansion. Now, any clarification up to here in the so far conceptual theoretical discussion? Any question you would like to ask me quickly? Anybody? You can happily, you can unmute yourself, you can ask how much time you want, you can keep on questioning, no problem. Srivali, what about you, ma? Any question from your side? Sayeda, what about you? Anything else? Shiva, you? Okay. Pujita? Any clarification required, Pujita? Please respond. Nothing to worry, don't worry about anything. You can talk, no problem, you can question, you can clarify, you can get the perfection. If you want the perfection, you keep on interacting. So, shall we proceed further, all of you? Shravani, what about you, ma? Shravani? Jahnavi, what about you? Still any questions, Jahnavi? Lahari?
No, sir.
Okay, ma. So already yesterday you had interaction. Very good, ma. You are interacting nicely and you are asking, you are answering, you are asking questions. Really great.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay, Lahari. Okay, ma. Done. Okay. So next, expansion of isotropic solids. Why these isotropic solids? Expansion. Behind the expansion, what is going to happen? What has happened? So the solid particles. Suppose I am considering solid particles. These are the different particles of a solid I am considering. Then assume that this is a solid body. Just assume that this is a solid object and I am providing some heat energy. And if we heat this solid, its temperature rises, its temperature increases. So now I am going to explain you why these solid particles or why the solid object expand linearly lengthwise, why it expand area wise and why it expand volume wise. What is the reason? So when we provide heat energy, the temperature will be raised and the particles of the solid, as you know, solid particles means the atoms of the solid are tightly packed, closely packed and they have rigid shape and structure. And after receiving the heat energy, the particles oscillate or vibrate harmonically. If we provide more heat energy, further more amount of heat energy at high temperatures, these solid particles even vibrate unharmonically. So we can say that it is an unharmonic vibration of solid particles, and this unharmonic vibration of solid particles lead to expansion. So because of the unharmonic vibration of solid particles, the separation between one particle and other particle, it increases. Means what? Provide heat energy to the solid body. It may be rod or it may be a disc or it may be a solid sphere, cylindrical object, any solid object which has a capability of absorbing heat energy. You take any object, assume that heat is provided, assume that temperature is raised. As the temperature is increased, what happens inside which we can't see? That is the particles inside oscillate harmonically with moderate rise of temperature. With high amount of temperature rise, vigorously the particles will oscillate. Unharmonic vibration we can call, or unharmonic oscillation. And this unharmonic oscillation, it leads to expansion. It leads to increase in interatomic separation. Means what? Increase in interatomic separation means this particle 1 and particle 2, their separation, if it is R0, then it will increase further. More than R0 it will increase, and second and third particle separation will increase, third and fourth particle separation will increase, fourth and fifth and sixth, so on. The separation increases, interatomic separation is going to increase. When particle to particle separation increases, the whole object, its length increases, but it's not in the order of meters or kilometers, it is just in the order of few millimeters and still lesser than that. A minute expansion may take place. So this is the story behind why this solid expands, what happens inside actually. So the concluding point is finally regarding this solid expansion, what we can say, if you provide heat energy, rise in temperature and particles oscillate unharmonically, and as the particles are vigorously oscillating unharmonic vibrations, the separation, particle to particle separation increases, and second and third particle increases, and third and fourth particle increases, separation increases, and hence the whole object's length increases, whole object's area increases, and volume increases. So this is going to happen. And now in this regard, in this context, we even discuss about the coefficients of linear expansion. The first one is say alpha. Alpha is the coefficient of linear expansion. It is here, and this is the expression. These are the relations basing upon which we are going to solve problems even today also. Even our today's session also, we shall calculate, we shall see some questions related to these relations. One is delta L. Delta L means the increase in length, or you can call it as linear expansion. So delta L is L alpha delta T. That means, say, suppose let delta L be the increase in length due to rise in temperature. Then delta L is directly proportional to length of the body. It is proportional to rise in temperature of the object. So if you remove this proportionality, then you will get delta L is L alpha delta T. This you can keep in mind, the length expansion or linear expansion. From this you can write like this: alpha equals to this L and delta T. If you shift, we'll get one more relation. This also you can keep in mind. We'll apply it for problem solving. Alpha means linear expansion coefficient, and there is a confusion while reading the questions. Some of you may get confused. Delta L means linear expansion. Alpha means linear expansion coefficient. So don't get confused between the two. Which two? So first one is a linear expansion, means length expansion, means delta L. Linear expansion coefficient means alpha. This alpha is the expansion coefficient. So alpha is delta L by L delta T, that is the change in length by original length into rise in temperature. And this is the one more expression, the length, relation between initial length and final length. So here you can see this expression, that is L2 equals to L1 of 1 plus alpha delta T. Final length after expansion, L1 initial length before expansion of 1 plus alpha delta T, where this here in this expression, this delta T means final temperature minus initial temperature, or change in temperature you can call. And one more expression in one more way you can write L equals to L naught of 1 plus alpha delta T. This is one more way of expressing the same, just a change of notation. Final length, initial length, original length, or you can assume that L naught be the length at 0 degrees Celsius, L at some T degrees Celsius. Then temperature change delta T is T minus 0. And this is about coefficient of linear expansion. And next, now I'll ask Shravani and Pujita Srivalli, all of you, you can respond now. In the so far discussion, is it clear or not? Shall we proceed further? You can unmute and you can ask some questions if you have any doubt. Rakesh, what about you? Are you listening, Rakesh? Any clarification from required from my side? Maheshwari? Pujita?
No, sir. Everything is clear, sir. Understood.
Very good, ma. Very good, ma. Like this you have to respond, you have to ask. Thank you for responding. Please do like that. Continue in the same way.
Clear, sir.
Okay, ma. Thank you. Sayeda, Srivalli, I hope it is clear to you. Rakesh, you also. If anything is there or if any questions are there, you can ask. directly you can unmute and you can question me any number of questions you can ask, no problem. My main aim is you people have to get the perfection, learn the concept, learn the applications, and become comfortable in problem solving. And I can definitely, if you keep on interacting with me, I can promise you that perfection. I can take that responsibility. Only if you keep on interacting with me, you keep on asking the questions, then I can promise you the perfection, the grip on physics, that I can promise you. And coming to the next one, coefficient of areal expansion. So areal expansion means superficial expansion. Superficial or areal expansion means if a body like say a square plate or a circular disc or any kind of object whose area is more compared to the volume and all. So such objects expand area wise. So the areal expansion same as it is we have written here. Here you can see change in area is equal to original area into beta into delta t. Change in area is proportional to initial area and it is proportional to rise in temperature. So here we can write the change in area is proportional to initial area before expansion and it is even proportional to rise in temperature. So from this what we can have, delta A equals to A beta delta t, and from this you can write beta equals to delta A by A delta t. So this A and delta t, if you shift to the left hand side, it will be delta A by A delta t. Beta equals to delta A by A delta t. This is called as coefficient of areal expansion or superficial expansion. This is denoted by beta, this is denoted by alpha, and beta equals to delta A by A delta t. Next coefficient of, and here this is the relation between final area of a body and initial area of the body, before rise in temperature, after rise in temperature. Suppose initial temperature of the body is some 30 degrees Celsius, final temperature is 60 degrees Celsius for example, then 60 minus 30 is delta T, and A2 final area at 60 degrees Celsius, A1 initial area at 30 degrees Celsius. Like that the relation between final area and initial area which is related to change in temperature and as well as beta, coefficient of areal expansion. And similarly this volume expansion I need not explain you, same as it is we have, that is in place of area here volume, in place of area here it should be volume. Delta V is equals to, here I am correcting, delta V is equals to V gamma delta T. Change in volume is original volume into gamma into delta T. Next similarly the next one, this is V gamma delta T. Next gamma is delta V by V delta T, and final volume equals to initial volume of 1 plus gamma delta T. V2 equals to V1 of 1 plus gamma delta T. This is the relation between volumes. So now you tell me up to here so far if it is clear, then only to everybody whoever are listening to the class, if you are confident, if you can remember this formula, then we can proceed to problem solving. We'll take up the question today, the next question we'll take up. So for that you have to tell me that it is clear, that's it. I am waiting for your response, all of you. We'll start with the first problem only if you are completely clear with the formula and concepts. Maheshwari, is it clear? Lahari, okay ma. Thank you for responding. Jahnavi, what about you? Shall we proceed to the questions?
Okay, sir.
Okay ma. Rakesh, what about you? Is it clear, Rakesh? Any questions from your side which I have to clarify to you? You can ask. Maheshwari, what about you? Pujita? Srivalli?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can proceed.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you for responding. Okay, Rakesh, good. You have responded, and Jahnavi, okay, ma. Srivalli, I'm waiting for your response. I can proceed further.
Clear, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay. All of you, thank you so much for responding. Let us proceed to the question. Sayeda, I hope it's clear to you. Pujita, you also. So first question you can see, ma, all of you. And is it visible to you or not? The question, is it visible to you? Just check once.
Visible, sir.
Okay, ma. So, when a rod is heated from 25 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees Celsius, it expands by 1 mm. When a rod of same material but with 4 times the length is heated from 25 to 50 degrees Celsius, the increase in length is dash. The increase in length is dash. So, let us analyze the question. First, given that here we have a rod we are having, and the given information is this rod, it is made up of some material. So, suppose if this rod is made up of steel, then it will have some alpha value, linear expansion coefficient. Suppose say let it be 2 into 10 power minus 6 per degree Celsius, some value alpha we have. If you take one more rod made up of same material, if I take a rod made up of steel, one more rod is also made up of same material steel, it will have same alpha value. Alpha value won't differ. But if you change the material, instead of steel rod, if I take aluminum or if I take some other object, say like brass rod or copper something, if I change the material, then alpha value will differ. So until and unless if you don't change the type of material, alpha value doesn't change. So what is the conclusion? Linear expansion coefficient alpha is a characteristic property of a particular material or of a particular substance. So alpha is nothing but it is a characteristic property of expansion. Now this rod is heated from how much? 25 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees Celsius. This is the rise in temperature. You can calculate the rise in temperature, delta T you can find. Next, here if this is the temperature rise, then it expands by, this first rod it expands by how much, ma? 1 mm, 1 millimeter. Next, one more rod of same material. See here it is given, when a rod of same material but 4 times the length. Suppose I am assuming the first rod length as L, then the second one length I have to take it as 4L, no? Yes or no? Why?
Sir.
See, why? Because 4 times, no? 4 times the length. So that's it. Okay. Lengthwise we got the clarity. Now second rod made up of same material, but it is heated from, see, 25 to 50 degrees Celsius. So what I am going to do here, I am going to indicate the temperature rise from 25 degrees Celsius to not 75, 50 degrees Celsius. Now you tell me, what are we supposed to do? This is first rod temperature change. How much is the temperature change in the first and second case? You can see here how much it is. You can calculate, I need not do. Now you tell me, alpha for these two rods, will it be same or different? You only tell. These two rods lengths are different. Temperature change, here it is how much, ma? Here temperature change how much? 75 minus 20. Here it is 50 degrees Celsius is the rise in temperature. Here in this case, delta T to how much it is? 25 degrees Celsius. Now you tell. The rise in temperature of two rods, we have risen the temperatures differently. Lengths of the rods are different. They are made up of same material. Lengths are L 4L. Now tell me alpha I have to take same or different? Anybody? Same alpha na? Different alpha?
Different, sir.
Different, why ma? Shravani, why? Any reason according to you? Shravani, same material, two rods. When a rod of same material but 4 times the length. Same material means what? It is, suppose if this is made up of say copper, this is also copper. If this is made up of brass, this is same material. So alpha is a characteristic property of a particular material. Means for two rods of same material, made up of same material, alpha will be same. Alpha does not change. Is it clear? Shravani, is it clear? Next, now, so here alpha remains the same. Now here we need the increase in length. This in the first case expansion of the rod is 1 millimeter. In the second case expansion of the rod how much? Yeah, how to find? So here the relation is delta L equals to L alpha delta T. Prior already I told you these simple formulae, if you know you can, then you can calculate. Delta L equals to L alpha delta T. Therefore, what we can say? Delta L1 by delta L2. If you divide L1, first one, alpha delta T1 by L2 alpha delta T2. What did I do here? Just delta first rod expansion, second rod expansion. I am dividing both the things. Means how can I divide? Means delta L1 is equals to L1 alpha delta T1. Delta L2 is L2 alpha to delta T2. Alpha 1 alpha 2 same. You can cancel. L1 L2 they gave. Means indirectly the information is there. Delta T1 delta T2 they give. So delta L1 how much ma? 1 mm, 1 millimeter. And delta L2 you have to find out. So if you want you can try this calculation. Jahnavi, are you going to try? Lahari?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Or else you try the calculation or else if not I'll, anyway even if you try or not, I'll write it here. Shravani, what about you? Rakesh, in the so far discussion, anything I need to clear to you? Any doubt?
Sir, 3/2, sir.
How much ma?
3/2.
Means second option, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll check. Yes, any other answers? Pujita, are you trying? Rakesh, what about you?
2 mm, sir.
Okay, I'll check. 2 mm. Okay, I'll check. And Shravani, what about you? Any answers from your side? Rakesh, what about you? Okay, Pujita, we'll check. So alpha I am cancelling all of you. Why means alpha and alpha 2 I am cancelling because same material, they are made up of same material, so alpha will be same. Delta T1 is 50, yeah. delta T1 is 50 and this is 25. So it is going to be 1 mm by delta L2 equals to, this is 1 by 4 and this is 2. So L gets cancelled. So 2 by 4 means 1 by 2. So delta L2 equals to, I am getting 2 mm delta L2 I am getting. Just see here, 50 degrees Celsius 25, this is 2, 4 and this L and L gets cancelled. So 1 by 2 I am getting. So 1 by delta L2 is 1 by 2. If I cross multiply, delta L2 is equals to 2 into 1. 2 mm I am getting. Is it okay all of you? Will you agree? Lahari, okay na? Yeah. Rakesh, is it okay? Shravani, got it or not? Okay, Rakesh. Pujita, okay ma. Next. So I think everybody, it is clear I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll proceed to the next question all of you. So answer is 2 mm next one. I hope this question is visible to you, to everybody. Two uniform metal rods, one made up of aluminum of length L1 and another made up of steel of length L2. So the given question is there are two materials. First one is a rod made up of Al, aluminum, and its length given as L1. Next, one more metal rod, it is made up of steel. Its length is taken as L2 in the question. Now, the linear coefficients of expansion are, for this linear expansion coefficient is alpha A for aluminum, and for the second one it is linear expansion coefficient is alpha S, that is for steel, aluminum and steel. Now, these two rods, they are connected. We are making it a composite rod, a combined rod. So that means if we weld or join them together, this aluminum rod and steel one, these two are joined. They are having different lengths L1 and L2. So they are connected to form a single rod of length L1 plus L2. Okay. When the temperature of the combined rod is raised, by a temperature, same temperature, the length of each rod increases by the same amount. Means if we provide the temperature, if we provide heat energy, and if the temperature is raised, let delta T be the rise in temperature as we provide the heat energy, then this temperature rise is in such a way that the expansion, each rod increases by the same amount. I am just highlighting this one. This given condition I want to highlight. That means this one, each rod increases, the length of each rod increases by the same amount. This I am highlighting it. Why? Because we have to solve basing upon that only. So This is the major condition in the question. This one, the length of each rod increases by the same amount, basing upon which we are supposed to calculate the question. Now you tell me, why should I highlight that? The reason is basing on that, that is the key point of the question, basing upon which you can proceed. So, just see here, why did we have this conclusion? Tell me. Jahnavi, you tell. Why did I write like this? Delta L1 equal to delta L2, why? Lahari? Why did we come to this conclusion? Because when the composition, when this combined rod, it is heated and there is a temperature rise, then length of each rod increases by the same amount. Means what? The increase in length is same. Means what? Delta L1 equals to delta L2. Is it clear? Yes or no? Anything, any clarification required from my side? Yeah, you can respond. Jahnavi?
Sir, repeat it again, sir.
Yeah, I'll repeat once again. This is L aluminum rod, rod 1, L1, rod 2, L2 length. Expansion coefficient alpha A, expansion coefficient alpha S. A stands for this aluminum, that's why they have given A, alpha A, and alpha S, steel. Expansion coefficient different, lengths different. Now what are we doing? We are just combining the two rods. We are joining both of them. We are attaching, we are welding both the rods of different lengths, different expansion coefficients. What next? If this combination is heated such that its temperature is raised by some amount, then the expansion of these two are same, equal expansion. Expansion of these two are same means what? Rod 1, when we heat it commonly, if I am heating this, the expansion of rod 1 and expansion of rod 2, both are observed to be same. Aluminum expansion is equal to the expansion of steel rod, that is given. The length of each rod increases by the same amount. Now is it clear?
Got it, sir.
Got it now? Okay. Lahari, what about you? Still further, any number of times I am ready to explain you, I am ready to repeat, no problem. You can ask. Pujita, what about you? Lahari? Shravani? Clear or not? Without your understanding, I won't go further. You have to understand, you have to solve, you have to answer. Rakesh, what about you?
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay. Thank you. So, now delta L1 equals to delta L2. So, the expansion, first rod expansion, delta L1 is, I am writing it as L1 alpha, first rod is aluminum, alpha A into delta T, the temperature change, equals to L2 alpha steel into delta T. I am just substituting the formula. Now, I am getting L1 alpha A equals to L2 alpha S steel. Delta T gets cancelled on both sides. So, here L1 by L2 equals to alpha steel by alpha aluminum. I'm just shifting this L2 to the left hand side, alpha I am shifting to the right hand side. So this is the obtained condition. Now what are we supposed to calculate? We are supposed to calculate this. So here the combination, these two rods are combined to form a single rod of length L1 plus L2. So, and this combination, they expand, the length expansions of both are equal. So I am writing like this, L1 by L2 L2 by L1 minus 1 equals to alpha A by alpha S minus 1. What I have done here is just I have inverted them. Instead of L1 by L2 I wrote L2 by L1. Instead of alpha S by alpha A I am writing alpha A by alpha S. Next I am subtracting 1 on both sides. I will tell you why I am subtracting, I will tell you. So L2 by L1 minus 1, alpha A by alpha S minus 1. So here L2 minus L1 by L1 equals to alpha A minus alpha S by alpha S. So, but if you don't mind, I want to add both. I want to add both. Why? Why am I adding on both sides? Means I want L1 by L1 plus L2 I want. So if I reciprocate it, if I invert it, I will get this. My final answer required is L1 by L1 plus L2. So I got it almost. So if I revert it, I am just reversing L1 by L1 plus L2 equals to alpha S by alpha A plus alpha S. So the answer, I got it. So here what we have done here, they said that in a combination when they are heated combinedly, there is a rise in temperature and the length of each rod increases by the same amount. Length of each rod increases by same amount. So that is delta L1 is equals to delta L2. So L1 alpha 1 delta T, L2 alpha 2 delta T. Delta T is same, we cancel and we get a relation L1 by L2 is equals to alpha 2 by alpha 1, that is alpha steel by alpha aluminum. And here why am I adding plus 1 on both sides? Because I want in this form I want. So in this form I require. So what I am doing, adding on both sides, if I do LCM, I will be getting in this form, almost in this form. So L2 plus L1 by L1 I am getting, here alpha A plus alpha S by alpha S, and here L1 by, if I am reversing it, numerator I am placing to denominator, denominator to numerator. So L1 by L1 plus L2 equals to alpha S by alpha A plus alpha S. This is the answer. Alpha S by alpha A plus alpha S. This is the ratio. We have to find out L1 by L1 plus L2. Now you people can respond. Anywhere at any step, if you need any clarification, you can ask. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Lahari. We'll proceed to the next question. Shall we proceed to the next question? Next question. Completed all of you? Next question. If two metal rods of coefficients of linear expansion alpha 1 and alpha 2 have same length at T1 and T2 degrees Celsius, then the common temperature at which they have again the same length. So here two metal rods are there, alpha 1, alpha 2. These are the expansion coefficients of first object and second object. Now, their lengths are same. Their lengths are same at a temperature T1 degree Celsius and T2 degree Celsius. The common temperature at which again they will have the same length. Again they will have the same length means what? The important point is here the common temperature at which they have again the same length. This is to be highlighted. This is the key point of the question. So, after some time I am heating them from T2 to T degree Celsius. I am heating this one from T1 to T degree Celsius, same. I am heating from T1 to T, T2 to T degree Celsius, and this T I have to find out. So, after heating from say T1 to T degree Celsius, T2 to T degree Celsius, the lengths of the two rods will be same. So, L1 is equals to, these two lengths are same, L1 equals to L of 1 plus alpha 1 into delta T. Delta T means T minus T1. L2 is equals to original length of 1 plus alpha 2 into temperature change, that is T minus T2. So, if I cancel it and 1, so 1 plus alpha 1 T I am multiplying minus alpha 1 T1 equals to 1 plus alpha 2 T minus alpha 2 T2. I am just multiplying inside. So, we want this T degree Celsius, the common temperature we want. So, I am solving it. T common, here it is alpha 1 and here T is there, this is alpha 2, I can shift it to the left hand side. So, alpha 1 this one, I am speaking about this one and this one, I am simplifying both. This I am shifting to the left hand side. So, alpha 1 minus alpha 2 and this alpha 1 T1 I am shifting to the right hand side. It will become alpha 1 T1 plus alpha 1 T1. This alpha 1 T1 shifting to the right hand side, and already this alpha 2 T2 is present. Alpha 2 T2, it is there. So, T you can calculate, the common temperature T you can find out. So, this one alpha 1 T common and alpha 2 T, this is T is same. So, we are trying to find T. Anything else to be asked? Any clarification required, all of you? Okay, so Lahari, Jahanavi, okay. So we'll end up the session here. We'll continue in the next session.
Okay, sir.
All of you, we'll conclude here. We'll continue in the next session with some more number of concepts and problems. All of you. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma.